Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Pretty Petal 829. And I come today, this is my second video, and I just come back to bring y'all back to let y'all see how the garden is doing since we've been back off vacation. We ran into several problems with the garden since we've been gone, but have been trying to treat it and get everything back up to where it was. The first thing was when we got home from vacation, which we were gone 5 days, the garden was so dry. It was just sandy and the plants was just suffering. The corn was all curled up, everything was drooping, and it was just a mess. So we had to come straight from the car and start the water to get it hydrated, getting everything back hydrated. And it took us about 2 days of watering to get everything back fluff and hydrated. Another problem that we have is with caterpillars. As you can see, that the caterpillars have started eating up the plants. And I tried this solution, and I did an application before we went on vacation. And this is what we use. It's called Caterpillar Killer Spray with BT. And it's safe on corn. You can use it on shade trees and other tomatoes. And it says it's pretty safe, and it don't have real harmful chemicals in it, pesticides and stuff that we want to stay away from. So what I did was I mixed a tablespoon in the 2 gallons of spray, and I sprayed each individual corn stalk. And so far we have done 2 applications, but I continue to see where the caterpillars are still eating on the corn. So today my husband decided, maybe that's enough of that, and we'll try something different. So we went and purchased the 7 Dust yesterday from from Ace Hardware. And I started to get the one that I can connect to my hose, which was the liquid. And I probably could have did a bigger area more than just the corn, but I really don't want to treat nothing that's that don't seem to have a problem. So everything else is looking pretty decent. It's just the problem is with the corn. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna put an application of the 7 Dust on top of the corn that still seem to have an infestation of the caterpillar. And I'll be back. Well, I just completed an application of the 7 Dust, and I'm gonna take a couple of days and see does that help, and I'll let y'all know. I'll come back later and let y'all see the results. But even though we have had the infestation and we've been fighting it, the corn continues to grow. Even though you can see it's gotten taller since the last video, so it is growing. It's just trying to take care of the attack of the caterpillar. So on to the next thing is our cucumbers. We've been having a little problem with them, and the ones that get big enough to eat, we've been having a lot of yellowing. They turning yellow before we can pick them. And from some research that we have completed, it's either coming from too much water, not enough water, or lack of nutrition. So yesterday I got out here and we fed the whole entire garden, and I'm trying not to overwater them. I've been keeping a check on the soil. So yesterday when we fed them, it said it's supposed to have a rain. We supposed to have a 60% chance of rain. And by 5 o'clock, no rain. So I got out here and I went on and watered everything. As soon as I finished watering everything, of course, we get a few drops of rain. And when I mean just a few drops of rain, that's all. It wasn't enough to water in the food that I fed them. So I'm glad I went on and watered everything in. But they seem to be doing okay. We have some cucumbers coming, as you can see here, and a lot of small ones. I'm hoping that it picks up, but we have been able to pick. Here's some on the inside of the fence. One here that's growing, and it's a pretty long one. Just ain't got big enough yet. And here's another small one, a couple of small ones here and here. So they are growing, and we still here's another one. And we tend to have a lot of blooms. Still a lot of blooms everywhere, and a lot of small cucumbers. So I'm gonna do some more research on it to see what I can do to get them to producing a little faster, or either just where we can get produce enough where we can get something out of it to eat. Which already we have picked like 6 that we have taken in and ate, put in salads, and they were good. The squash, it seemed like it has slowed down a little bit. We was having a problem here with the spotting on the leaves, and my husband did some research and he found this milk and water solution, 3 parts water to 1 part milk, and you spray the leaves, and I think it works because it was a lot. We had leaves with spots all through the squash, and I just see a couple of leaves now, so I guess I would continue to use that because it actually worked. And the tomatoes on the bag, we're starting to get some good sized tomatoes. You can see here, they are growing. And the only ones we planted this year was the better boys, the big boys. So hopefully we will get some good sized ones, which they are doing pretty good. I just continue that they, that I pray that they continue to grow. But the tomatoes, when we came back off vacation, they really looked like they were suffering. They was just so limp and so dry. So, like I say, once we got the water to going back to the plants and they got hydrated, everything started looking a lot better. As I'm gonna show you, this is the watering system that we used. It's a water timer called Orbit, and we got it connected to a hose that runs here along the fence to a sprinkler head, which this sprinkler head watered this first half of the garden. Then we got another hose running from that sprinkler head to a second sprinkler head here, which finished watering this whole section. And what we did was we took our potted veggies and plants, flowers that we know will need water while we are gone, and we placed them in this area right here. So when this sprinkler head would turn, it turned in a complete circle, and not only watered the potted plants, it also watered our tomato seed tomato sprouts. These are the these was cut off of the bottom of the tomato plants that we have already in the garden. So instead of going out and buying more plants, my husband, he takes the leaves off the bottom of the plants. He takes the suckers, I'm sorry. He takes the suckers off the bottom of the plants in the garden, and or wherever they at on the plant, he just find the sucker plants, because the suckers would take all the nutrients for the plant. So he takes the suckers off, and then he'll put them in a jar of water, let them, and they'll sprout roots. Once they sprout roots, we'll take them and plant them and in this bed, which this bed is full now, and they are doing well. As you can see, this has got some good growth on it, because usually when we first plant them, they look like this or that. So they are doing good. And the next thing I have is my bell pepper. And I showed you a plant the last time on my first video, and we had a storm come through one night, and it blew over my plant and it broke it. And I was so upset because the bell pepper was growing so well. So we had to end up replacing it, and this is with this is what we replaced it with, which is called a blonde bell pepper. So it's what it is just a yellow bell pepper. So I'm gonna keep y'all up to date on how it grows. But check out some of my other plants. Look how big. I'm trying to keep from hurting it. But look how big my bell peppers are getting. You probably can come over here, get a better angle of it.
Yeah, getting over here.
Okay. You can see them. It's two big ones there. We got another one growing over here. So they are doing pretty good right now. This one hadn't started. It still have some blooms on it, but I don't see where it started actually turning into a plant. I mean, into a pepper yet, but it's coming. Well, everybody, it is so hot out here today. I think that'll be all for this video. I think I'm gonna sit here in the shade and just cool off some before I go back in the house. But I just want to come back and let y'all see what's going on with the garden since we've been back off vacation. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.